Whoa. Hold up a sec. YouTube is telling me that 79.1% of yous that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. What type of sorcery is this? Drag that Stuart Little looking ass across the screen and hit the subscribe button. Take care. See you in the video.
Hello there.
Crawl Space just might have been one of the best endings I have ever seen in television. Just from a cinematic perspective, from a sound design perspective, from an act, like, it was just phenomenal. And if I'm saying Crawl Space is one of the best endings I have ever seen, I feel like I'm in for a treat with this show because we are yet to reach the formidable season 5 from what I've heard, and we're yet to finish season 4. But what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Shittiest shot, baby. Today, we are up to episode 12 of Breaking Bad season 4, titled End Times. I'm hella excited for this episode after Crawl Space. I've taken like a 2-3 day hiatus from Breaking Bad to do stuff over the weekend and to prepare for uni today for next week. So I'm trying to record ahead and I have no words. I just cannot wait for this episode. I cannot wait for this show to continue. I don't want it to end. I do not want it to end. So let's get into the reaction. Let's have some fun with this thing. Let's smash it. Let's go. I'm interested to see whether the DEA protection Hank is receiving, that might transfer to Walt and Skylar. So Walt might not have to do that sort of identity erasal thing. Yeah, erasing thing. Erasal? Come on. Step it up, Ellie. Come on. And it does look like it's happening to Walt.
Skylar, you don't know these people.
Yeah, she doesn't understand,
Skylar,
man.
please, trust me. This is how it has to be.
Well, those agents outside, they're not gonna just leave you here. It's called protective custody.
All they know is that Hank is the only person that's in danger. They're including us only as a courtesy to Marie, just to keep her happy.
How am I supposed to explain that to Marie or Junior or Hank for that matter?
I don't know. But you'll do it. You'll figure it out. Hank knows that Marie will be overreacting.
Except she's not.
I'll talk to Hank. You just back me up with everyone else.
You really expect me to say, okay, Walt, sure, just stay here and... No. There's gotta be another way.
There isn't. There was. But now there isn't.
Yeah, until you freaking wasted 600k. I'm never going to forgive her for that. I do not care. I do not care.
How long till you're safe? Till you can work this out?
Skylar, I have lived under the threat of death for a year now. And because of that, I've made choices. Listen to me.
Subtitles. I forgot.
I alone should suffer the consequences of those choices, no one else. No more prolonging the inevitable.
Feed that belt. Yep, right.
You know what I love about this show? And I don't know if you like guys like the comparisons to other shows I've seen, but the shows that I've done on the channel, when I did Buffy and Angel, the shows were massive on consequences, particularly Angel later on. There was a massive emphasis on consequences, even in Buffy as well, where consequences were integral to the script, and the show sometimes would pick up something a character had done previously, like sometime episodes ago or ages ago, and those consequences will come back to haunt them in the future. And if you're very wary when you're watching it, and even if you do like a rerun of watching those shows, you'll be like, okay, these are the consequences they're gonna face in the future because of their actions here. And Breaking Bad does that as well, fantastically, dealing with consequences and, you know, making sure that characters face the consequences of their actions. Is also like a testament as well to attention to detail in the script, attention to detail of your story, where you want your story to, what your final goal for your story is to be. Like, and it's great stuff. Like, fantastic. This show's fantastic like that.
Hank, I've got...
I still can't get over the threat to Holly from Gus. Wow. Idle crawl? Idle? Yeah. they'll always find a way when they really want to divide characters or like show that they're sort of breaking apart or separating. They'll find clever framing techniques or use sort of an object in the frame to divide the characters. And right there, it was sort of like the edge of the car door dividing Walt and Skylar. And we've seen in various dinner scenes as well, when you have the external shots from the house, you know, there's nice medium long shots, or sometimes just steady shots from outside the house. You get the dividers of the window separating the characters, and the camera's perfectly placed to show their separation. And right there is the edge of the car door. I'm gonna come clean. I saw that the next episode has a 9.9 on IMDb rating. Like, I just know the rating. I don't know what happens, but like, that's gotta be something. Like, how many takes do you reckon it took for the gun to point to Walt like that?
Why didn't your people put him in the car?
Because it's not Nazi Germany, all right?
Oh, you Nazi Germany. If I had $1 for every time I heard that, you know what? I'm going to call him. He's going to get his behind here immediately. End of story.
Thank you. At least somebody is listening to me.
Because we are all in danger here.
We are not all in danger
Will
here.
you stop saying that? That is asking for trouble.
Someone didn't like the way I've been spending my free time.
What? Minerals?
Hank is smart, buddy.
Timing seemed a bit odd to you, huh? I started looking into, remember that laundry I told you about? I'd start there. Come on, man. It's a perfect spot for a meth super lab. Hey. What if I'm right?
Even if you were right, and you ain't. But if you were, there's no way in hell a judge is going to give me a search warrant.
Search warrant? What happened to good old-fashioned knock and talk? Oh, that's right. I forgot. You were never very good at those, were you?
We're going to find heroin here like we're going to find Jimmy Hoffa. All right? Thing is that the chef's daddy is a United States senator. I'm not going to tell you which one, but you probably know who he is, right? And so now I got to waste my time checking out this burger flipper story. And if I don't, his old man's going to jam me up, my ASAC, my whole entire office. Politics, huh? So what do you think?
So I'll have to go get a warrant, and we'll do it official. But you're probably going to have to close down for the day.
Why? 20 agents poking around? Be less trouble if it was just us two. But your call.
What a neat little story.
Just the two of you? You make it quick, right?
I love how he's
Damn
playing
ass
everything
will be
down.
like the wind.
Okay.
Could you tell him?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, and Dennis, can you clear out some of your people for us? Confuses the dog's nose.
Sálgase.
Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if Gus takes out Dennis, or Mike, or Iris take out Dennis because of this little slip up here. You allowed the DEA into the laundromat? Bah! Dead. Get the hydrofluoric acid ready. Hydrochloric acid, sorry. Interesting, he might show those photos to Hank, and Hank might sort of suss out the situation and be like, that's it, that's the red lever. Beautiful transition down to the meth lab.
Yeah. Do you know what's happening upstairs? I have a pretty good idea. This is all a result of your former partner.
Like I said, it's something final
happens to Mr. White, we are going to have a problem. So what are you gonna do?
There will be an appropriate response.
Yeah, I see.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I see the Gus. I see Gus as the individual that sort of has. He has the apex plan, and the apex plan is to take out Walt and everyone else. All right, to take out the main cause, the root of the issue, right? But I feel like even though it's his main plan, it's also his last resort plan because he knows Jesse isn't gonna sign off on this thing until something like really terrible happens or Walt does something stupid. I don't think Jesse will ever sign off on it. So he sees me as the type of individual, and he has throughout this entire series, that will have a plan B, C, D, E, like all the way up. So he's always got other plans in place, but the preferable option is probably to take out Walt. But I'm interested to see what he does next now. I reckon Dennis is getting clapped.
They're gone.
Not clapped, sorry, capped.
Good.
I'm just laughing because it reminds me of like a GTA cutscene. It's just like transitional scene. All right, your character spawns here, new location. You've selected fast travel on the map. You're now in Mexico. The NPC has dropped you off and your car is ready from the mechanic.
Hey, need to hear from you, all right? Hope I made myself clear about that. Call me as soon as you can.
It honestly sounds like updates in a game. Saul's voice.
Get over here, stat, pronto. Don't call, just get over here. Would you just please?
You forgot one of the objectives in the game.
If I'm speaking English here.
And it keeps reminding you.
Stop. It's waiting for me, yo.
Hold up.
The hell, man?
Get off of me. Hey, Goodman, get out here. Hey, yo, get your goon off of me. You moron, drop, leave it, go lie down. I'm sorry, you can't be too careful these days. I mean, come on. Lock the door, Frisky. Jesus. You ever hear the expression of fart in the wind, kid? Well, inside of an hour, that's gonna be me, okay? I'm hitting the road, I'm gone, I'm out of here.
Wow.
What, for like good?
Not for as long as it takes. I don't like my heat so hot, if you catch my drift.
I'm not catching, like, anything you're saying. And what the hell is your problem?
You haven't talked to your partner, have you?
No, not since last night. Today, he didn't show up to work, and the DEA just happened to, like, raid us. Yeah, some coincidence, huh?
Would you put in a good word for me with Frang? I mean, just for old time's sake. I can't afford to butter the wrong bread here. Yeah?
I love how you can also tell like the change in Jesse's character from his clothing as well. Not just like his appearance and his demeanor half the time, but also his clothing. Remember he used to wear all the baggy red shirts, beanies. Now it's sort of like a noir fit. Leather jacket, black.
You have reached Walter White. At the tone, please state your name, number,
The amount of purple in this household is ridiculous. Like even some, I'm guessing that's coffee right there. Or like espresso. Like the bags are even purple for that. There's a purple bottle. Like obviously the bowls, like you know what, I'm used to their purple. Like whatever. Marie's purple grapes, plums. Like man, it's ridiculous. Everything I feel like now is just a waiting game. We're waiting in anticipation for someone's next move.
What's wrong with him?
Is this Brock?
What hospital?
Please don't be Brock, man. Leave Brock alone.
The doctors, they don't know what it is exactly. It's like he's got the flu, but it just keeps getting worse.
If Brock dies, I'm not watching this show again. Leave little Brock
I don't
alone.
understand. He was fine this morning. He was fine.
Start asking the real questions. Did anyone come into contact with Brock? Did anyone see Brock?
Miss Quintero, we're gonna go ahead and admit your son to the pediatric ICU. You can bring that with you.
Okay.
So you're the boy's father?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just we try to keep it to 2 visitors maximum. So, okay.
Go. I'll be out here if you need me. Go.
He almost accidentally smoked the lucky cigarette. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh no, he's lost it?
No!
Wait.
Andrea!
Jesse, I can't go.
I'm thinking Brock may have been poisoned, okay? This is stuff gone. Rice. Right, it sounds like rice. You need to tell the doctors about it.
Why would you say that? How do you know?
It doesn't matter. Just tell them. It's a guess, okay? Rice. They'll know what you're talking about. Okay?
Jesse, if there's something you're
I was saying before, who did he come in contact with?
I gotta go see someone.
Jesse!
Look, I'm sorry. I gotta go. Just tell them, okay? Now, just do it.
I love right there how when Jesse came out of the hospital, it was all out of focus. It's all a blur basically. Lots of thoughts going through Jesse's head, no sense of clarity. But as soon as we racked focus on Jesse and everything became clear, that's when his thoughts sort of became clear as well. And then boom, the light bulb lit, and he immediately thought of the ricin. You know, he probably maybe misplaced that cigarette, and you know, it possibly could have happened. Brock could have been poisoned. I guessed it before. Like, I was just starting to question, okay, who came in contact with the kid? He got sick just out of that. But it could be a possible poisoning or a possible warning. You never know. Or it could be just the flu, and it's just part of life. But it makes sense that Jesse would become anxious because of, you know, the missing lucky cigarette. But I love right there how this show has been really great at sort of steady holding shots and keeping the camera still majority of the time. But then as soon as it went to a sort of chaotic environment or a chaotic scene and emotions were sort of roaring right there, you sort of had the handheld camera come into play and a bit of shaky cam as we followed Jesse running through the halls of the hospital, you know, just to demonstrate that sort of chaos that's going on now. And yeah, great stuff. It's almost as if the camera work parallels the emotions that the characters are going through. The tension now is absolutely fantastic because you're just anticipating someone to make the next move.
What do you want?
It's almost like post-apocalyptic in a way.
Who's with you?
Walt.
No one, just me. Let me in.
Walt burying down the house.
They took me out into the desert. They put a hood over my head and drove me out into the desert on my knees. They threatened my family, and not just Hank.
Haven't we done that before?
My wife, my children. It's a matter of time now. Gus is gonna make his move.
Anything, any noise is danger. Uh-oh.
Powerless to stop him. Why did he do it? Why? Jesse. Gus gave me no choice. I had to call the DEA to protect my family. What else could I do?
No, you son of a bitch. You know what you did.
Okay, look, just put the gun down, okay? Just put it down and we'll talk. All right? You tell me what it is you think I did.
Brock. Why did you poison him?
Who's Brock?
You saw him in my living room just last night. You came to my door and you looked right at him. So don't tell me you don't know it.
I have no idea who these people are. Now, please. Okay, that's Brock. And he was poisoned.
The ricin! He's dying because someone gave it to him. And only you and I were the only two people on Earth who knew about it.
Wait a minute. Maybe he went into your pockets.
No! I had it. I had the cigarette with the rice in my pack this morning. The last time I saw Brock was last night. And this morning, I switched the cigarette into a new pack. There's no way Brock took it himself.
Jesse, you're not thinking clearly. Listen, you said it yourself, that you had it this morning. Then when could I have possibly gotten it?
You had Saul do it. Yeah. I went to his office. He called me and just had to see me today. His big man mountain bodyguard patted me down. That's when he must have sold off of me, right? That's the plan. Was that the plan? Admit it.
I did not do this.
Shut up. Stop lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Just listen to me. Listen to me. What would I have to gain? What possible could I, who would?
Love the slow heartbeat sounds. Oh my god. Gus talked about it, didn't he?
Hey.
Stop laughing!
I have been waiting. I've been waiting all day. Waiting for Gus to send one of his men to kill me. And it's you.
Is this a play from Gus to get Jesse to kill Walter?
Who's okay with using children? Jesse, who do you know? Who's allowed children to be murdered? Gus! He has been 10 steps ahead of me at every turn. And now, the one thing that he needed to finally get rid of me is your consent. And boy, he's got that now. He's got it. And not only does he have that, but he manipulated you into pulling the trigger for him.
Well, you and I knew about the rice.
No! You don't even believe that! Gus's cameras everywhere, please. Listen to yourself. No, he has known everything all along. Where were you today? In the lab? And you don't think it's possible that Tyrus lifted the cigarette out of your locker? Come on! Don't you see? You are the last piece of the puzzle. You are everything that he's wanted. You're his cook now. You're the cook, and you have proven that you can run a lab without me, and now that cook has reason to kill me. Think about it. It's brilliant. So go ahead.
You know, with this show, right, the stakes are like so grandiose. Like, it feels like it's like end of the world. It feels like it's like Avengers level threat. Like some massive villain, some massive alien is coming out, like Thanos level vibes, that the whole universe is at stake. But it's just a simple like show about cooking meth and like I'm not saying it's like it's just like, but it's just concealed into like an issue that's ongoing in life, like every day. But it feels like it's such a grand scale. It feels like it's just, there's everything at stake. It does a good job at manipulating you. Oh, not manipulating you, but like, it does a good job at making you feel that everything is at stake. Like, if this thing just happens right now, all hell's gonna break loose. If this thing happens now, that's gonna cause chaos. It's just, it does such a good job at that. It does such a good job at making it feel like it's the end of times. Like, legit, the episode title, End Times. It makes it, it's like Saul's packing up. It's like almost post-apocalyptic. Like, my guy's getting away. The zombie apocalypse is coming. It just does a great job at, you know, making it feel like it's just, the stakes are as high as ever. And I love the half and half lighting again.
Doing this, then go put a bullet in my head and kill me right now. Do it! Do it!
I'll do it.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, I love the mark. I love the mark of the gun barrel on Walt's head. That's how hard Jesse was holding it right there. That's how much he had it pressed on his forehead.
I'm
find this son of a bitch and I'm gonna kill him.
No. Don't. He'll see you coming.
Nah, I wonder if this is a 4D chess play from Walter here. I wonder if really Walt actually poisoned Brock. Like, I have a feeling Walt is like the villain of this show. This guy will go through any lengths to make a 4D chess move and possibly turn Jesse against Gus because all the odds are stacked against him. And I've always said that this show is one massive poker game with so many players at the table, and it's all about the next move. Who's going to trump the other, and who's going to keep their cards closest to their chest, and who's going to play that last-ditch card. And I feel like possibly Walt might have done something to Brock with the plant in his house. You know, earlier on in the episode, it kind of foreshadowed when the gun pointed to the plant in Walt's backyard. So he might have done something to Brock that way. Because I feel like the ricin would have killed Brock already. And the ricin is enough to kill a full-grown man. And it makes it look like nothing ever happened before. Like, apparently it's like instant death. So for Brock, it might have been something else. Because I feel like the ricin would have killed him by now. Unless I'm completely wrong. But I feel like this might be a power play or like a last-ditch effort from Walt to turn Jesse against Gus, because their relationship is in shambles. Their relationship is completely fractured at the moment. It's a clean break. And it's basically been amputated. It's a situation of, can we operate and fix that amputated limb again? I doubt it. Like, I'm not too sure. And I feel like this might be a last-ditch effort from Walt here to try and get Jesse to think that Gus is the one, you know, the way Walt was using his words there. Think about it. Think about who's the individual that's killed children. But in reality, it's not Gus. Gus has never killed children. He would never do that. He would never kill a child. He even said that to Walt before. I believe it was Walt when that kid was murdered by Gus's two henchmen. And Jesse went to go and kill him and Walt ran them over because Gus is like, I would never kill children. Gus has children of his own, it seems like, or grandchildren of his own. And he would never go to that lengths. But it's a way of Walt manipulating Jesse here. And if it is Walt that's poisoned Brock and not used the cigarette, because I'm thinking to myself, maybe Walt took the cigarette during their scuffle in the fight. And it possibly fell out. Or maybe it did fall out of Jesse, like, and it's just somewhere in his garden. Like, you never know. But if Walt did poison Brock somehow, I'm not too sure how he came in contact because that was early. I don't know how. I'm guessing we might get sort of like a flashback beginning of an episode of Walt doing something. Yeah, but Walt might have made a last-ditch play, and he's good at lying, Walt. We've seen what happened with Jane. Like, he's good at lying. And yeah, this might be a devil play from Walt. I don't know. You guys are laughing and smiling at the moment, so we'll see.
You'll die before you get anywhere near him.
I don't care.
Jesse.
Look at the way he's manipulating Jesse with the words.
Jesse, just get in your car. Just go.
Telling him to calm down.
No. I'm going to do this one way or another, Mr. White.
Then let me help.
See? Walt has sort of turned Jesse back to his side now. He's turned him to his side. He's turned him back to the objective of killing Gus, and that's what Walt wanted. Walt needed someone by his side. He needed a man on the inside, and he could possibly use Jesse at the moment for that because Jesse's in Gus's good books, if that makes sense. He's Gus's apprentice. He's Gus's cook, and Walt could play the long game here and, you know, use Jesse on the inside to infiltrate and kill Gus because he's got Jesse back on that objective of the main target being Gus, even though Walt has sort of manipulated him to get there, in my opinion. You see his way of words right there. It's like, no, Jesse, don't do it. Don't do it that way. Let me help. Go, take a drive. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It could be Ryson for all we know, but, like, I feel like he would have been dead by now.
Mr. Pinkman, I'm not going to keep telling you. Unless the family wants you in there, you're not allowed. You can't keep coming in here like this. You hear me?
Come on, Grandma. He cares.
Mr. Pinkman, I'm going to call security.
Because I was thinking to myself, why did the gun point to the plant? Like, But then who poisoned Walt? How did Walt come into contact? Like, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I was about to say, Tyrus is gonna drag his ass to that ledge.
Hey, I don't know this guy! Call security! I'm being attacked!
He's cooking up something. A bomb, poison, whatever. Are they gonna do it now? Are they gonna try and kill... They're making a bomb. I can't afford to see Gus be killed this season. I need it to last. Oh no, he's a walkie-talkie. Oh my gosh. Oh, so it is a bomb. Potentially.
He'd like to speak with you.
I told you I'm not leaving.
He's downstairs.
Tyrus told me what's happening. The sick child. I understand your preoccupation.
You just have to have the crucifix in the background as well.
Business. I need you back at the lab to complete the cook. You can return when you're done.
I can't.
It is, as you must know, in both of our best interests.
That little boy upstairs is dying. I can't be away. I don't even want to be here now. I can't be away if something happens. If
I am very sorry. Is there anything I can do? I am on the board of this hospital.
Oh.
I can recommend doctors. Make sure he gets whatever he needs.
He was poisoned.
How did that happen?
This is going to be interesting because by figuring out that the kid is poisoned, Gus might think they're trying to poison him now, or Walt's trying to poison him, so he might be very wary now.
Doctors, they don't know.
So it's not ricin because he would have indicated to Andrea that it might have been ricin. They probably would have checked for that. So it probably was Walt's plant, maybe? I don't know.
This current batch is surely ruined now, correct? Tyrus will dump what's there and clean the tanks. You will start a new batch when you are ready to return. Next week.
I feel like he actually cares for Jesse and he feels for him. He knows what he's going through. Maybe Gus experienced something similar. Like we've seen obviously with the Hermanos episode, but like in terms of like with children. Hey, so they don't have a batch for this week. Is he actually gonna call Walt as a last resort to cook? He's still got a backup, but imagine he contacts Walt now whilst he's like up there. Love how he's got a cardboard box. You gotta protect the knees at all times. Oh, they're sus of the car. Imagine he turns to Walt's direction. That would be crazy. If he turns to Walt's direction, I'm jumping out of my seat. Because he thought of the poisoning. He thought of the poisoning and maybe no one was there to watch the car. So it would have been a great opportunity to rig the car with explosives. Bro, they make Gus out to be this like omnipotent being, man. Like he's like running the world.
Come on.
He hasn't turned to Walt yet. I was only gonna watch one episode today. Like, I was just gonna watch this one. But I might have to continue and finish it off. No, man, you can't end it like that. Oof. Breathe. Breathe. I'm gonna watch the finale right after this. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. I hope you enjoyed my analysis. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown. It's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.